all of this like information that we're getting and sharing around, like it also gets to the point where it's just like overloading us completely with all of this crazy
It's
stuff.
stressful. It becomes stressful.
Yeah.
Sure.
And we were talking about this earlier, where like, or not on the podcast, but like offline, where it's like it's getting to the point where it's just like numbing us and like being like, oh, we might see so many different things that it's just like, oh, now we see it all. Like we just everything
Well,
is just
we
numbing
kind of
us.
stop caring, or this is their normality, and that's a
Yeah.
sad thing. Like I think one of the topic conversation example we brought up early before this podcast, like the shooting, right? We saw so many mass shooting, even though we see it everywhere 24/7 for a long period of time. It's almost kind of become desensitized, which kind of is sad because it's still important.
Yeah.
This is like
It's
it
definitely
shouldn't be
become
happening. This is not
desensitized.
normal. This
Yeah.
is not. This is like not normal. Mass shooting should never be happening.
Yeah. And then, but like we see it every day. There was a point where it's like every day there was a mass shooting, and like got to the point where it's like, oh man, another one. That sucks. But like, what do we really do? What can we really do, right? But then there's also like they'll be throwing out information that is just wrong, and
Yeah.
that'll also be out all over the place, and there's no way to stop it because it's just been pushed everywhere.
Yeah. And then when they retract, it's too late.
Yeah, by the time it's retracted, everyone believes it already. Like,
Yeah.
for example, right? I'm in Florida now. Like, I like here in Florida, nobody cares about COVID. Like,
We care a little. We care a little.
they don't think it's real. Like, I've got, like, they just don't think it's real. But like, when they were starting, to like, to like, quarantine everyone, there was like news from the CDC or whatever saying it wasn't that something wasn't really working right, or something like the mask didn't really help, or they said something.
Oh yeah,
right?
it confused everybody.
It
The whole
confused
CDC.
everyone, and by the
Yeah.
time they retracted it, it had gone out, and the people who believed that just went with it, and still today are talking about it, and they're like, yeah, this is it, like the masks don't work. Why are you wearing masks?
I feel like okay. So now, how about this? Pivot this conversation a little bit, but government agencies who literally has the power and knowledge to share the right must share the right information. They should be accountable for that kind of stuff, because if you think about it, I feel like they confused people when everything was started going down. They told me, hey, certain masks is not mandatory, certain things. Like it was just started confusing people. Like literally, like I feel like even taking out like, oh, you guys, you don't have to wear a mask outside anymore, and then it was just it's too early to do kind of things like that, and then people, oh, we don't have to wear a mask anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
they just read it on the line. I just feel like government agency who's spreading those kind of updates, they need to be a little bit more accountable for what they do. It's not fake news. It isn't. It just being misinterpreted, and it confuses the mass.
I don't know. I feel like some of it is fake too. Like the masking has gone very political. So like,
Yeah.
when the like the politicians come in and say stuff, like I don't think they should be allowed to say whatever they want.
That's true.
I feel like they should be held accountable for the things they say,
especially when it's health related to the mass.
Yeah, especially when it's like affecting our country and like the people in our country, like this deeply, right? But yeah,
the morality behind it. Think about this. Like I feel like we tearing ourselves apart, to be honest with you. Like we're shooting ourselves in the foot, we're tearing ourselves apart. Like every quadrant of the country's doing their own thing. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. And the politicians don't help at all in that.
No,
sense.
And you think that it's supposed to unite people more for the same common cause, but it's not.
Yeah.
That's the sad part.